All right, we're here. We're live. We're live on our YouTube channel. We're also live on Facebook. I hope you guys can hear me good. We got new equipment. We're actually out here in Marbella, Spain, enjoying life, and we have a lot to talk about today. Talking about the economy, about things that I see that are happening right now. We're live on Facebook, and also this recording is going to be on our YouTube channel, Wealth Mindset Group. So a little bit about me. I started Wealth Mindset Group because I was literally coaching people all around the world about the laws of attraction with my mentor, Bob Proctor. And I have to give it up to Bob because he showed me how to create my own life the way I want it, like a design, like designing, like an interior decorator would design your house. So after being broke, just like he was, I started studying the laws of attraction, Napoleon Hill, and it literally changed my life. I started creating my own paycheck, traveling the world. I lived in California, and some of my students are earning over $1 million a year with this information. I'm getting ready to publish my first book, and it's literally whatever you want. A lot of people think that it's not possible to create a lifestyle where you have time, money, and freedom. People talk about it. They say they're rich and that they're making millions of dollars, but they're tied up to a boss or some type of company that you're working like crazy amount of hours. And see, the thing is that nothing's created, nothing's destroyed. These are like the principles that I learned from my mentor, Bob Proctor. He's like, look, Ross, if you want to start thinking, you need to start putting your logic away. Start using your creative faculties, your imagination, your concentration factor, the will, reasoning, intuition, and memory. So I was like, okay, how can I make money doing this? I mean, I already had made 1.75 million, but I wanted time, because like time is like the most valuable thing. You can make a lot of money, but you're gonna be at a job. Sandy Gallagher, our CEO at Proctor Gallagher, she was an attorney, and when she went to a Bob Proctor seminar, she started listening to Bob Proctor, and she's like, you know what? I'm gonna quit my job. I'm not happy working as an attorney. So she quit her job and she started working with Bob as a business partner, as his partner, as CEO of the company. And they created a course called Thinking into Results. And basically that course, it guides you on what if you had all the money you ever had? What if you were able to travel? Where would you go? So these are the type of questions that you ask yourself, but you wonder, how can I get it? And the how is irrelevant. Like Bob Proctor says, the how will present itself to you, meaning that these techniques, this philosophy is used to basically design the life that you want, regardless of your past. And if you were born to a productive family or not a productive family, it doesn't matter if you were born into, you know, like they say, a silver spoon. For me, the most my dad has ever made was like maybe $70,000 a year doing construction. So I was at one point trying to do what he did, getting a job in construction. And they're like, look, go home, go to school, get a job. And then I did that. I went to school, I got a job, but the job wasn't paying me what my degree was calling for. What, you know, a finance and investment management degree, it wasn't paying me that much. And the reason I got the degree was because I wanted to make over $300,000 a year. And at one point I was gonna go live in New York to work for Goldman Sachs as an investment banker. But I decided to work for JP Morgan, and I took a shit salary, $24,000 a year. I mean, I didn't even get paid extra for speaking Spanish. So when people talk to me about a coronavirus and that you got to be careful because people are dying, look, I'm going after what I really, really want, the things that scare me. Waking up when I want, making millions of dollars in a down economy. It doesn't matter if the economy is doing good or bad. What matters is what do you want and what's holding you back? Why can't you go for, like Bob Proctor says, the big goals, the big money? And you cannot make that amount if you can't internalize it. You know, I always carry a pen and I write down a couple zeros because I want to stretch myself with the possibility of making that amount. So if the most you've ever made was 50,000, 75,000, then add a couple zeros and just imagine how your life would be. Where would you be at? And you have to let go of what is normal, because normal got you to this point of being a slave, of giving your time for money. So you're not really free. Free is like what they're trying to take away from us right now. The government's talking about lockdowns and you have to stay home. There's a coronavirus and you have to be careful. So that is what is at stake right now. And what's at stake right now is, okay, well, if you're able to travel, if you're able to move around, how much money do you need to live a comfortable life? And like I said, the main reason why people cannot go for those goals is because they wonder, how am I going to make the money? But you don't have to worry about how. Just ask yourself these what if scenarios. What if you had $1 million? What if you were making $1 million a month? How would your life be? What would you be doing? And when I found out about these principles, I was like, okay, well, how could I explain it to somebody else? That's why I joined Bob Proctor's company. That's why I'm creating multiple sources of income. That's why when I wake up, I'm making money. When I go to sleep, I'm making money. Because money comes to me. Like, these are affirmations that you tell yourself. I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. So what type of affirmations are you telling yourself? Are you telling yourself, oh, I have to pay my mortgage next month? Oh, I have to pay my cell phone, my car. I need to make more money. What you have to do is you have to have a mentor. And my mentor was like Napoleon Hill. Even though he was already dead, I was listening to him every single day on YouTube. So I didn't have somebody where I could talk to. And I did that for like 3-4 years. And then I manifested my goal, and then I started working with Bob Proctor. So it's like you have to really go after these things that you want, because your life is going by. And I remember in my 20s, I was just going out, partying, not caring about, the future, just living day by day. But if you would have told me in my 20s, hey, there's a secret, and the secret is you become what you think about. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm thinking about abundance, but it's not coming to me. So you have to break free from these paradigms. A paradigm is an emotional emotional program that's in your subconscious mind. And the only way to get rid of the paradigm is through studying this material, and also an emotional impact. So like for me, an emotional impact for me was like in 2010, I almost died, crashed my car, almost lost my life. And then you're like, okay, well, what is holding me back? And when you find out what's holding you back is you, then you get rid of those people. You get rid of the people that are not adding any value to your life, even though you're the one that's causing these issues, to yourself. You can't blame other people because you're allowing it to happen. So the first thing is like, who's in your life and if they're adding any value, and then get rid of them. And then it's like, okay, well, how much do I want to make? And am I a part of a group, a club? Okay, I started the Crypto Lifestyle Club in 2017. I started Wealth Mindset Group in 2019. Okay, I was in California and I thought, okay, well, what can I do to get more business? What can I do to help other people? I said, all right, I'm gonna start a group, Wealth Mindset Group. But Wealth Mindset Group is more about the mind. Crypto Lifestyle Club is more about technology that is literally revolutionizing the way that people do business, like Hex Token, which is like a CD on the blockchain. And what is the blockchain? A blockchain is like Ethereum has a blockchain. Bitcoin is like a blockchain. So these are revolutionary technologies that I got into back in 2017. I started the loan modification clinic, made millions of dollars in that company. It's still here. We have an office in Chicago. We're doing mostly everything virtual, and we're getting phone calls from people in California, New York, trying to figure out what's going to happen with their mortgage because they've been laid off because of this pandemic. There's a lot of people in the hotel industry. You know, I'm in Spain and I rented Airbnb, and I ended up just staying here and paying monthly rent because that Airbnb is not going to be rented out for God knows how long. But guess what? I'm in control of this situation because I'm able to travel and I don't have to go to work. So you can pretty much say I'm retired, and what I love to do is help people make money and help people hold on to that money by the way they think. So the way you think has to change. If your results are still the same, you have to change the way you think. That's the first thing. And I can't even believe that I'm out here in Spain in a down economy. I can't believe that I don't have a boss, that I don't go to work and I'm still making money. It's unreal. Like, logic is go to school, get a job, you're gonna get ahead. But you're not gonna become 10, 20, 50 million dollars wealthy. Especially if the US economy keeps printing more money, the British pound keeps getting bombarded. They keep printing more and more. So people talk to me about their goals, and I'm sitting there like, okay, do you even realize the time that we're in? Like Robert Kiyosaki, he wrote a book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, right? And he's got a YouTube channel. I'm a big YouTube guy, so he's got a YouTube channel called The Rich Dad Radio Show. And he broadcasts out of Scottsdale, Arizona. So he talks about that Bitcoin is like the new form of currency, that there's going to be a lot of changes in the government, okay? Now, you can go into conspiracy theories if Trump won the election or not. At this point, it's irrelevant. What you have to do is, like Napoleon Hill says, you have to take possession of your mind. Because he says the biggest sin of mankind is failure to take possession of their mind. Because if they took possession of their mind, they could have anything they want, and they could have it in abundance. So that means that the moment you wake up, your mind is thinking. There was a professor in the 1900s called William James. He's pretty much known as the father of psychology. And he says that your belief in your belief will literally create the fact. So your belief in the belief will literally create the fact. Now you can say believe or believe. Your belief in the belief will literally create the fact. But it's like, okay, well, what do you believe in? And when you compare 1 million or 10 million to 20,000 or 50,000, you're operating on the 20, 50,000. So how can you change the level of operation from 20, 50,000 to 10 million? You do that by studying this material. Because if you knew it all, you wouldn't be at the job. You would be where I'm at. You would be traveling the world. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. You know, you could die tomorrow, I could die tomorrow, but it's about the spirit. And the spirit is like Sandy Gallagher, our CEO, she's like, our spirit is for expansion and fuller expression, never for disintegration, never for hard times. So you're here to experience something that you haven't done in the past. And how can you do that if you're broke? And I know the Bible talks about, oh, the rich man will never get into the kingdom of heaven and blah, 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 right? But would you rather be wealthy and you're your own boss, or would you rather be working for someone miserable? And I've done both, and I'd rather be on this side. Even though there is a pandemic and they're doing lockdowns and you have to be careful and sanitize your hand, right? I'm still happy and grateful. Like, I tell myself these things. I have gold cards. I have more gold cards than physical cash in my wallet. Why do I have gold cards? Because I know that any idea that's emphasized, that's feared or revered, meaning it could happen, that is repeated, will begin to form itself in physical reality. Now that's word for word from Andrew Carnegie, the richest person in the 1900s that mentored Napoleon Hill. So I like literally am laughing my ass off when I talk to people about having a mentor, and when these fucking idiots, excuse my language, tell me that they don't need a mentor. Because it's stupid to think that when you're offered an opportunity, you're gonna come in negative about the opportunity. You're gonna automatically say, oh, I don't need that shit, I don't need this, and then guess what? 1, 2, 3 years from now, you're doing the same shit. And trust me, I was in the same position. That's why having a mentor is crucial. It's important, because you have to have someone to guide you, to show you the way. You don't know. I've done the research. That's my job, is to do the research. And I've researched William James, Wallace Wattles, Thomas Troward, Genevieve Behrend, Napoleon Hill, Andrew Carnegie, Bob Proctor, Earl Nightingale. I've done the research, guys. And I know who these people were, and I know that this stuff is real. Like, they asked Wernher von Braun, why do you do beautiful work? How do you do so beautiful work on your artwork? He says, I dream my painting, then I paint my dream. So it's like the first creation is in your mind. The existence of the thing, like let's say a spoon or a fork or a house, bricks, those were created as in someone's mind. We're looking at the copy of the thing. The original copy is like the Mona Lisa. Leonardo da Vinci, when he died, he took the original. That was in his mind. You don't get an original, you get a copy. And everything out here except the trees and the water and the fish is a copy. I don't know, you guys probably know this, but it's like we gotta go back to the basics. I gotta talk like we're in kindergarten. We're like talking to kids, because we're all kids. And we all had an imagination, but they told us, put the crayons away, go to school, get a job. You have to have A's and B's, and according to your grades, you were more successful. But if you were to bump into the valedictorian of your class, the guy that graduated with honors, he'd probably be SOL, shit out of luck. He'd probably be miserable. He'd probably be married, not happy, not successful, not making the money that he wanted to make. Why? Because, like Earl Nightingale says, you had a twinkle in your eye, but when you went out to the real world, you got humbled real quick. Like, life beat you down. Why? Because the mind is programmed negatively environmentally. That's what Bob Proctor says. That's what James Allen says. He wrote a book called As a Man Thinketh. And James Allen says environment is more important than heredity. So your 5 friends, if they're rich, if they're making money, you're gonna make money. But if your 5 friends are doing okay, then you're gonna be doing okay. But you're not gonna be waking up when you want, going to the store, buying what you want, traveling the world when you want to. And at the other end of this pandemic, I'm gonna be making millions of dollars. I'm still making millions of dollars right now. While everyone tells me, hey Ross, you need to do this, you need to do this, you really think I'm gonna sit there and listen to people that don't know about these laws, that don't know the research of what I went into, talking about Wallace Wattles and the science of getting rich, thinking stuff, intelligent stuff. And when you impress a thought into the thing produces the thing that you were thinking about, which is actually the subconscious mind. And Bob Proctor, he actually wrote out a picture of a stick person called the conscious, the top part being the conscious, the bottom part being the subconscious. That picture, for the Bob Proctor consultants that are on my Facebook, that picture was written out by Dr. Thurman Fleets in 1934 in San Antonio, Texas. And he says there was no picture for the mind, because everyone thinks that the mind is the brain. The brain is something physical. The brain is in my skull. The mind is an activity. And it's literally taking this energy that's formless and creating pictures. Like William James, a psychologist, he says you have 60,000 thoughts a day. Ralph Waldo Emerson says that the only thing that could grow is the thing you give energy to. What are you giving energy to? Are you giving in energy to the poverty, to lack and limitation? And how can you get there? Because it's going to be delivered right on schedule. Like my mentor Bob Proctor says, like, tune into it. It'll be delivered right on schedule. Or are you thinking about words like opulence, of great wealth, abundance? And there is an abundance all around us, but you can't see it. It's like the air. You can feel it, but you can't see it. It's like God, oh my God, right? When you pray, that's the faith, what you have faith in. You're not dealing with visible forces. You're dealing with the unseen, with the air, something that you might be able to feel, but you can't touch it. That's what faith is seeing something in the future, in your imagination, your higher faculties, your God-given abilities. So when people talk to me about doing certain things, and I don't listen to them. The only people I listen to is Napoleon Hill and Bob Proctor and myself, because I bet on me, because I made millions of dollars these last 6 months, game-changing, life-changing income for myself, for my kids' kids, for all the people around me. It feels good to give your mom, thousands of dollars. It feels good to put new kitchens in your mom's house. It feels good to tell your mom there is no debt. There's only residual income. Money comes to me. Everybody around my family knows that this material works, and they all study this material. Because I was broke. I was importing wine from Italy in 2010 with my friend Stefano. He ended up working for me at my company, at the Loan Modification Clinic. He was my manager. And then we started a construction business. I started buying properties. And then I dropped all that, got into cryptocurrency and mentoring people with Bob Proctor. So we're going through the biggest transfer of wealth in human history. What's on the table is $270 trillion. And this last week, I've been helping people, education through the Crypto Lifestyle Club, educating people on what's going to happen in this depression, recession, whatever it is. I'm not going to participate. But it's a transfer of wealth, like Robert Kiyosaki said. To transfer wealth. Because we're going into the digital age. It's not about oil anymore, like the Rockefellers. It's about data. It's about information. We're going into the information age. And the more that you learn, the more that you earn. That's why the people around me love me. They call me, they thank me, because I've helped them. And you should be helping people. Instead of you knowing everything, go out there and help someone. Help someone with this information. Instead of you, like Napoleon Hill says, the biggest problem we have is ignorance, the opposite of knowledge. Ignorance is the reason why we go to war. Ignorance is like, you know it all. You cease to grow because you know it all. And it's like, who are you taking notes from? Are you taking notes from people that think that they know it all? That might have a track record of results? That might have got to the next level? I don't think so. Because I've tried that. That's why I went to college, because I was listening to everyone around me saying you need a degree to get a job. And I said, all right, fine, I'll go get the degree. I was wasting my time. And then I caught up to all the dreams, all the things I wanted. I knew that I needed to work on this stuff. And I started listening to Napoleon Hill every single day. The Laws of Success, Think and Grow Rich, his rare audio recordings, which is about like 5 days long. Hours and hours of data, information, to change the paradigm of who I am. And I remember I was in Canada, I was talking to Bob Proctor, my mentor, and he's like, look, Ross, you're not Ross. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about, Bob? He's like, you're a spirit. You have an intellect and you live in a physical body. You're here to go expand, to do something you've never done. You're a spirit. You have God-given abilities, higher faculties, imagination, reasoning, intuition, memory, perception, and the will. So that's how I got wealthy. Because being wealthy and having money is a magnifier, guys, for the people that are listening on YouTube. Money is a magnifier. Money makes you more of who you are. If you're a bad person, you're going to be even more of a bad person. If you're a good person, you're going to be even a great person. You're going to expand the good to other people. Money is a magnifier. You want to be rich? Think about that one for a minute. Money is a magnifier. Money makes you more of who you are. If you're a bad person, you're going to be even more of a bad person. If you're a good person, you're going to be a great person. Money is a magnifier. So if you want to be rich, if you're a bad person, I would really, really sit down and think. Because once you have it, like Napoleon Hill says, you're stuck with it. It's like I've been asking for time, money, and freedom and to live in Europe. And guess what? I'm in Spain right now. Because the subconscious mind picks it up through enthusiasm, through a feeling good state. That's why they say if you're not in a good feeling, you're not going to attract the things that you want. That's the way you're going to attract it. Through feeling good. So if you have to buy a dog, buy yourself a dog if you're lonely. You know, if you need someone to hug, then go buy a dog. But you really have to sit down and think, because we are going to a transition. And it's like Ralph Waldo Emerson says, to build a new model, to build a new model, to make the old model obsolete, you have to replace it with a new model. That's the way to change. So it happens in time. It doesn't happen. It's not a get rich quick. This is not a get rich quick, a Tony Robbins 30-minute come to my Zoom call thing. No, this is free information that I'm giving out. Okay, I would love for you guys to learn this information. Of course, I would love for you guys to be a part of Wealth Mindset Group, to join our channel, to join the Crypto Lifestyle Club, our YouTube channel. I got 2 channels. I would love for that. But I'm not here to try to convince you anything. I'm trying to tell you that you were born rich. Like, you could have anything you want, because we're dealing with quantum. Quantum is simultaneous, more than one, infinite. And the quantum realities exist. Scientists are looking into it. You know, they got the CERN, they're pulverizing atoms and nucleus and protons and electrons. But I'm not going to go that deep. I'm just going to tell you that it's a dimension, it's a place. And when I was reading Thomas Troward back in 1800, he says the past, the present, and the future is happening, will happen, and already happened. That's why I love watching Back to the Future with Marty McFly. Because you're dealing with the quantum state. You're dealing with a picture. And like Ralph Waldo Emerson says, that the only thing that could grow is the thing you give energy to. So when you magnify that, when you keep thinking through auto-suggestion, repetition, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm making millions of dollars. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm a multimillionaire. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm retired. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have no debt. I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. Bob Proctor has like a 1 hour wealth money manifestation. I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. Because you can get rich right now, like real quick. But if you were already rich, what would you be doing? And that's where the fun comes in. Act as if. That's why my mentor Bob Proctor says, go get yourself that book, Stella Adler, The Art of Acting. And the crazy thing about it is, I was living in California. I used to walk outside with a cup of coffee in the morning, and I would look up, I'd see the Hollywood sign. And then I said, hey, there's a Stella Adler studio a block away from my house. I lived in West Hollywood. So I went to the Stella Adler studio and I signed up for the class. I mean, this is true stuff. I'm from Chicago. I was living in West Hollywood. So I go to the class for Stella Adler, The Art of Acting. She was already dead, but there's people there. They still have the art. It's called method acting. And the ones that are good at method acting is Al Pacino, Robert De Niro. You have the Godfather. The Godfather is also good in method acting. So they actually closed the class down for The Art of Acting. They closed it down because of the coronavirus. And they sent me an email because I was in Switzerland. When I got back to California, I saw the email and it said, Mr. Garcia, you can still do the art of acting classes online on Zoom. And I'm like, look, I don't got time for that, you know. So I didn't go to the classes. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is act as if. You know, it doesn't matter if you're not wealthy right now. That does not matter. What matters is how bad do you want the change? Because when you find out, it's not about the money, it's about your self-image and about how you feel about you. Then you start creating the life that you want. Then you break free from the shackles, from the prison that ultimately you have the key to break out of that prison. It's like Vernon Howard says, that you can't escape from a prison not unless you know you're in one. But you're the only problem you have, you're the only solution. So join Wealth Mindset Group on YouTube and join Crypto Lifestyle Club on YouTube as well. And we do Zoom calls every day at 11:30 a.m. UK time. So we also have them on our YouTube channel, Wealth Mindset Group. So you can find all the recordings there. But yeah, like I said, go after the big goals, the ones that scare you. Don't listen to your friends, because 9 times out of 10, they never made millions of dollars. Listen to people that are straight wealthy, that have a track record, like my mentor, Bob Proctor. He's been personal growth and development for 60 years. So I'm going to keep doing this till the day I die. I'm not going to give up. So yeah, so I want to thank you guys for your time. Enjoy your day. I'll do more videos out here. I got more equipment. I got these beautiful microphones. Check it out. I got these microphones. I ordered them through Amazon. And let's make things happen. Let's work on multiple sources of income. Peace out, guys. Have a good one.